Learn English to Gujarati. Nuance to.
स्पष्टता,
With.
सूक्ष्म भेद.
Welcome, brave word detective. Hey, you are about to learn some very smart English words in Gujarati, and yes, you are allowed to feel fancy already. We will keep it fun, clear, and just dramatic enough to impress a dictionary. Today your mission is to learn 7 rich words: nuance, undertone, connotation, interpretation, contextualization, demarcation, and clarification. In Gujarati, they are
सूक्ष्म भेद, अंतर्निहित भाव, गौणार्थी अर्थ, अर्थघटन, संदर्भीकरण, अलगीकरण,
and.
स्पष्टता.
If these sound big, good. Big words are just small words wearing blazers. Meet the 7 troublemakers. Let's meet each word like characters in a slightly overeducated comedy. You listen, repeat, and enjoy the chaos. Nuance is a tiny but important difference. In Gujarati, that is.
सूक्ष्म भेद.
Imagine 2 socks that look the same, but one says, I contain meaning. Undertone is the hidden feeling under the words. In Gujarati.
अंतर्निहित भाव.
Someone says, wonderful job, but their eyebrows say, I am furious. Connotation is the extra emotional or implied meaning of a word. In Gujarati.
गौणार्थी अर्थ.
A word brings its suitcase, and inside is extra feeling. Interpretation is how someone explains or understands meaning. In Gujarati.
अर्थघटन.
1 poem, 5 people, 8 opinions, and 1 very tired teacher. Contextualization means putting something into context so it makes sense. In Gujarati.
संदर्भीकरण.
Without it, ideas float around like confused balloons. Demarcation means a clear boundary or separation. In Gujarati.
अलगीकरण.
Think of a line saying, you stay there, and you stay over here. Clarification means making something clear. In Gujarati.
स्पष्टता.
Fog leaves, meaning arrives, everybody claps politely. A tiny story with a big brain. Now you will hear a short funny story using all the words. Your job is simple. Enjoy it and notice the meanings. At the Grand International Festival of Overthinking, a poet read 1 line 3 times. The audience argued about every.
सूक्ष्म भेद.
One listener whispered, there is an.
अंतर्निहित भाव.
Of sadness in her voice. Another said, no, the word choice has a hopeful.
गौणार्थी अर्थ.
Single quote. Then a professor stood up with heroic confidence and announced, my.
अर्थघटन.
Is clearly the best. Nobody believed him, but everyone admired the confidence. A teacher then saved the room with.
संदर्भीकरण.
Explaining when the poem was written and why it mattered. Suddenly, the audience understood more. To stop a fight between team dramatic and team logical, the organizer drew a line of.
अलगीकरण.
Right down the middle of the hall. Finally, the microphone squeaked, the poet smiled, and gave one last sentence of.
स्पष्टता.
The whole room relaxed. Even the professor nodded as if he had known it all along. Mini dialogues you can steal. These short dialogues are great for speaking practice. Repeat the Gujarati words out loud like a confident actor in a language drama. A. Is it the same meaning? B. Not exactly. There is a.
सूक्ष्म भेद.
A. He sounded polite. B. Yes, but I heard an.
अंतर्निहित भाव.
Of anger. A. Is that the dictionary meaning? B. No, that is the.
गौणार्थी अर्थ.
A. What does the poem mean to you? B. My.
अर्थघटन.
Is different from yours. A. Why does this concept make sense now? B. Because of.
संदर्भीकरण.
A. Where does your side end? B. This line is the.
अलगीकरण.
A. I am confused. B. No problem. Here is some.
स्पष्टता.
Memory tricks that are almost legal. You do not need magic to remember words, but dramatic images help. So yes, we will use ridiculous pictures in your mind. 4.
सूक्ष्म भेद.
Picture 2 nearly identical keys hanging by your door. One tiny difference changes which door opens. 4.
अंतर्निहित भाव.
Imagine a sweet sentence floating over a darker shadow underneath. 4.
गौणार्थी अर्थ.
See a word with a glowing emotional aura around it. 4.
अर्थघटन.
Picture a professor unlocking a book with a giant golden key labeled meaning. 4.
संदर्भीकरण.
Imagine arrows connecting a difficult word to real-life scenes: school, family, work, tea, and one confused pigeon. 4.
अलगीकरण.
Picture a bright line dividing a cricket field, a garden, or even your lunch from someone else's suspiciously better lunch. 4.
स्पष्टता.
Imagine fog clearing from a glass board until everything is sharp and obvious. Quick quiz, no panic. Time for a friendly test. If you miss one, that is not failure. That is just your brain doing stretches. What is the Gujarati word for nuance?
सूक्ष्म भेद.
What means undertone?
अंतर्निहित भाव.
Which Gujarati phrase means connotation?
गौणार्थी अर्थ.
How do you say interpretation?
अर्थघटन.
What is contextualization in Gujarati?
संदर्भीकरण.
What word means demarcation?
अलगीकरण.
And clarification?
स्पष्टता.
Your challenge today. Now it is your turn to use the words like they belong to you. Because honestly, they do now. Say one English sentence with nuance, then repeat the Gujarati word.
सूक्ष्म भेद.
Think of a movie scene with hidden emotion and say.
अंतर्निहित भाव.
Choose a word with positive or negative feeling and label it.
गौणार्थी अर्थ.
Read a quote and give your own.
अर्थघटन.
Take one difficult idea and explain it with examples using.
संदर्भीकरण.
Draw a line on paper and call it.
अलगीकरण.
Very academic, very powerful. Ask someone a question and politely request.
स्पष्टता.
If needed. Thanks, word wizard. You did great today. Yes, even if you only remembered 3 words and one dramatic professor. Thank you for learning with me. Keep practicing these English and Gujarati words.
सूक्ष्म भेद. अंतर्निहित भाव. गौणार्थी अर्थ. अर्थघटन. संदर्भीकरण. अलगीकरण.
And.
स्पष्टता.
Repeat them tomorrow, use them in context, and let your vocabulary become suspiciously impressive.